offering military and government employees the best savings on the web.
Let's make health happen here.
Let's make health happen here.
The Buffalo Blue Cheeseburger. It's Frank's Red Hot Sauce and blue cheese on a burger. Only at Carl's Jr.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium, home of your Los Angeles Dodgers. We thank you for joining us as we pay tribute and remember those who lost their lives on September 11, 2001, and those who worked tirelessly on search and recovery and keeping our city safe. Please turn your attention to the field and help me welcome your in-stadium hosts, Courtney Jones and Dave Stiles.
Yeah, welcome to the game today. 8 regular season games left, including today. So 8 regular games left, including today. Oh, do a little remix. I got auto-tune on my mic. Diamondbacks in town, we got Giants, and then later on this month, of course, the Rockies will be in town too. And then tomorrow, big night for bobblehead fans. It's a Magic bobblehead night.
And fans, if you haven't heard already, it's a sellout. So if you missed the previous opportunities to get an autographed bobblehead by Magic Johnson, tomorrow might be your lucky day. Do yourself a favor, follow @Dodgers on Twitter. Look at the Twitter all day tomorrow. I'm just saying, something might happen. I don't know.
Also, coming up on Sunday the 29th is Fan Appreciation Night. It's all about you. You come here all season long in your Dodger blue, your jerseys, your hats and stuff. So we got a little to give back to you. A lot of cool prizes up for grabs. We got trips to London. We got trips to Vegas. We got TVs to give away, $1,000 gas cards, all kinds of those things up for grabs. That's happening on Sunday the 29th. That's going to be a big day. Yesterday, big day, of course, a lot of drama, not only for you, because, you know, you got your hair done, and it's what happens when you get 2 giant containers of Gatorade poured on your head, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely my top 10, a walk-off celebration. So it was an excuse for me to get my hair done. But I had a blast. I did not see it coming, but it was very cold. And a lot of people asked me that on Twitter. Yes, it was cold, but it was a lot of fun. But it really wasn't about me. It was all about the Dodgers winning in extra innings. That 2-run blast by Scott Van Slyke, just fantastic. Let's roll the highlights.
One ball and 1 strike. And that's going to be hit down the right field line. Powell coming over. He's not going to catch it. 1 run will score. They will stop Gonzalez on a long double by Ebier, and the Dodgers have tied it up. So the best laid plans of Mice and Men and Trevor Cahill as he pitched around Gonzalez, who wears him out. Goes after a hitter he has gotten out most of the time, and Ebier instead doubles to tie up the game. Gonzalez stopping at third, of course. No way he's going to score on the double from first. 1-0. And a drive to left down the line in the corner. Gone! Game-winning home run. Dodgers win it 5-3, and the magic number is 6. Boy, Scott Van Slyke, a line drive home run. And he's being mobbed by his team. What a precious moment in any ball player's life to walk off the bench as a pinch hitter and hit a walk-off home run. Went down to get a breaking ball, and it went in a hurry, breaking Coleman's heart. And the Dodgers turn it around, wind up winning it 5-3. And a big mob waiting for Van Slyke. So on that happy note, 5-3 Dodgers. The number is 6. They're drowning Van Slyke. And we'll wish you all a very pleasant good evening.
That was definitely a lot of fun last night, but we're going to make a nice little transition into the events of today. Today, all over the country, we've seen sports teams, we've seen America pay tribute to the events that rocked America 12 years ago.
Yeah, we're going to take this opportunity to look back at the year 2001 and the overall events that happened, as well as the Dodger season from that year.
With its storied reputation, lots of championship hardware to back it up, and some real offensive punch, heart-pounding, pennant-charging Dodger baseball seemed inevitable at Chavez Ravine in 2001. And as more than 3 million True Blue fans witnessed at the old ballpark, new Dodger skipper Jim Tracy, who had never managed in the majors, showed the right stuff after replacing Davey Johnson. You see, Jim Tracy's connection to a certain color blue runs deep, all the way back to his hometown in Ohio, where the esteemed former Dodger manager Walter Alston lived just a stone's throw away.
I never ever really personally met him, but I had to hear an awful lot about him just because my father knew him. And to sit here and tell you that I thought one day I'm going to manage the Los Angeles Dodgers someday, what a laughable thought that is on my part.
Ignoring front office squabbles, Tracy made the boys in blue relevant, keeping them in the pennant hunt deep into September.
And they get the double play.
The biggest reason for this resurgence? The monster season of Shawn Green.
Coming up, I thought I'd be a 300 hitter, and I only hit 300 once, and ended up hitting more home runs and started to focus on that. I think it's really the leverage that I get because I have long arms, and I really learned how to use my hips well.
Shawn Green obliterated the club record with 49 homers at Chavez Ravine and ballparks throughout the league.
Being the all-time single-season home run leader for the Dodgers, it's a big thrill, and it's an honor to know that all the guys that played here and played back in Brooklyn, that's the top home run total.
Just as impressive, Green's moral conviction, harking back to Sandy Koufax, who sat out Game 1 of the 1965 World Series because it fell on the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur.
My dad's generation grew up crazy for Sandy. My dad grew up in Chicago, and when he came to Wrigley Field to pitch, he would go there and watch him, and as a kid he'd tell me about how great he was.
Now, fast forward to the playoff drive of 2001, when Shawn Green, also Jewish, sat out a key home game against the Giants at Dodger Stadium due to Yom Kippur.
I think it was kind of expected, just because he'd pronounced his Jewish faith. Sandy Koufax had done this in the past.
Every Jewish kid knows that Sandy didn't pitch on Yom Kippur in the World Series, and that meant a lot to me and rang true, and that's why I made the decisions I made as games came up and conflicted with the holiday.
And then, just 3 games behind division-leading Arizona on September 10th, 2001, the Dodgers prepared to play the Padres down in San Diego. The game never happened.
Early that morning, my wife and I got a call from my sister, and she said, "Turn the TV on."
I was watching all the events on TV, couldn't believe it.
And I saw the second plane go through the building, and I was like, oh my God.
It was a tremendous shock. And to see something like that happen to our country, I could not take that.
The events of September 11th rocked Southern California and this nation to its very core.
Sometimes we have a tendency of forgetting music. but I'll never forget it. I will never forget what they've done to our country.
Except for work stoppages, for the first time since World War II, all games scheduled for the next week had been postponed.
I know specifically that I had two players that were very, very concerned and scared. This was not sitting very well at all with Chan Ho Park. I remember Giovanni Carrera was horrified to the point where all he kept telling me for 2 days was that he wanted to go home. He was scared and he wanted to go home.
Play resumed on September 17th when the Dodgers hosted San Diego at Chavez Ravine.
The President of the United States has said it is time to go back to work. And so, despite a heavy heart, baseball gets up out of the dirt, brushes itself off, and will follow his command, hoping in some small way to inspire the nation to do the same.
When you saw the American flag on the batting helmet, it meant something. It wasn't just something that was put on because of either a sponsorship or a drive or something like that. When we had an opponent at the ballpark, it wasn't necessarily a rival team. It was like we're still on the same team. And it was the same feeling as far as in the stands and things like that.
The boys in blue lost 6-4 and were soon eliminated from playoff contention. But you know what? It didn't really seem to matter all that much.
Playoff race, we were a couple games behind Arizona. It was just almost everyone kind of was just out of sorts for the rest of the season. I guess the romance was out of it.
Think for a moment, and you'll find the actions of both Shawn Green and Major League Baseball, one intimate, the other more grand, equally admirable. Their actions placed into proper perspective the meaning of sport in our lives. At least for this one brief, terrifying moment in time.
Now, on your way into the stadium today, you may have seen some really cool decked out Camaros out there, of course, dedicated to the events that happened on September 11th. And I've got Lou Pizarro here to tell us about Fueled by the Fallen. First of all, thanks for being here, and tell people all about these cars you've got on display today.
First, I want to say, go Dodgers! And of course, yeah, you know, the Fueled by the Fallen project is headed by Kevin Major Howard. And what it does is we have all of our fallen heroes on all of these cars that you guys will see later on today when you leave the game. And it's just something that, you know, we take pride in that in a situation like this. And we want to show everybody the history and be proud of what we're doing to represent all of our fallen heroes for 9/11. So that's what the car is all about.
And you've actually got names of some of the fallen heroes on the cars, right? So people can come by and maybe even look for the name of someone that they know.
That is correct. Stop by. Every single name are on these cars. Yeah, so this is a great organization. And there's other organizations like the Victorious Project. They help us out with this to get these cars around America to our fans here. You know, so it's important that you stop by and pay respect.
Yeah. Now, where are all the cars located so people who want to take a look at them?
Well, when you guys leave at every exit, you'll see a Camaro there. So stop by, take a picture. You can make a donation if you'd like. But stop by and read some of these names and pay respect to these great cars that represent our fallen heroes.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for represent Fueled by the Fallen. And make sure and take a look at those cars that are parked around the stadium right now. Thanks, buddy. And once again, go Dodgers.
Yeah.
Kids Take the Field, presented by the California Endowment. Health happens here. Miller High Life is about celebrating the moments that matter, and nothing matters more than giving back to all the men and women who have given so much. Miller High Life has a long-standing partnership with the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America to provide service members with everyday experiences, including tickets to baseball games, concerts, and other sporting events. The Dodgers and Miller High Life are proud to host 500 Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and their families at tonight's game. Please turn your attention to center field and give a warm welcome to all of our heroes. Miller High Life would like to present one of the veterans, Francisco Morales, with a brand new motorcycle. Francisco deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom for 15 months from 2006 to 2008. His military awards include the Army Commendation Medal and the Operation Iraqi Freedom Medal. Congratulations, Francisco. Miller High Life would also like to thank Harley-Davidson of Glendale for their assistance with today's bike presentation. Thank you to all veterans and members of the armed services. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Miller High Life and the Iraq-Afghanistan Veterans of America, we'd like to welcome a Navy veteran who was deployed in the Persian Gulf and Baghdad in 2001, 2003, and 2004. He currently serves as a leadership fellow with IAVA focusing on veterans advocacy and as an IAVA squad leader, providing peer-to-peer support with other Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. To throw out tonight's first pitch, please give a warm welcome to Rob Contreras. All right, Rob, it's your pitch. Nice job, Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, this season, the Dodgers and State Farm have teamed up to develop the Player and Agent of the Month awards. Each month, this program will recognize one State Farm insurance agent and one Dodger player that have displayed exemplary teamwork and dedication both on and off the field. For the month of September, we're happy to recognize State Farm agent Tom Romano. Tom has been a State Farm agent in the city of Alhambra for 38 years. His passion is helping people with life planning and being available for customers in their time of need. Tom is an active member of his local community through St. Rita's Church in Sierra Madre and the Alhambra and San Marino Chambers of Commerce. He is also a lifelong avid Dodger fan. Congratulations, Tom Romano. And for the Player of the Month for August, we're pleased to recognize Dodgers pitcher Zack Greinke. Greinke was a perfect 5-0 in 5 August starts, tying for the Major League lead in wins while posting a 1.23 ERA. 5 earned runs in 36 2/3 innings pitched, which was good for the 4th lowest mark among qualifying Major League pitchers. His .211 opponent's batting average was tied for the 8th lowest mark among National League hurlers. The Florida native fanned 30 in his 36 2/3 innings while walking just 8 batters. Greinke helped the National League West leading Dodgers to a 23-6 record during the month of August and combined with the rest of the Dodger pitching staff to post a 2.07 team ERA during the month, ranking first in the majors. Ladies and gentlemen, Zack Greinke. Let's hear it for our State Farm agent and Dodger Player of the Month. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome members of the Los Angeles Police Emerald Society and the Los Angeles County Firefighters Emerald Society. Each band consists of members of the law enforcement and firefighters as well as select number of non-sworn personnel. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to center field as we welcome over 50 first responders here today to proudly present first responders across the country. Please welcome members of the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Los Angeles County Fire Department, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Joining them are Assistant Chief Michael Moore, LAPD, Deputy Chief Michael Metro Los Angeles County Fire, Chief Brian Cummings, LA Fire Department, Assistant Chief Cecil Rambo, and Chief of Homeland Security Division Ted Sexton, Sheriff's Department. Also entering at center field are first responders including New York Fire Department personnel and members from Los Angeles Fire Department's Urban Search and Rescue who were deployed to New York to lend support back in 2001. Joining them are members of the Los Angeles Police Department, Los Angeles County Fire Department, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. These first responders are carrying in the national 9/11 flag, flown here from New York courtesy of Guggenheim Partners and on loan from the New York and says Thank You Foundation.
We are so proud to have the national 9/11 flag here with us tonight. What an honor. This piece of history arrived in Los Angeles yesterday and made a surprise trip to Fire Station 88.
This whole thing is inspired volunteerism, and 9/11 is a day of service, is a day of reflection, is a day of giving back, helping, doing something nice for somebody, on that day. Because it's a very somber day. We never want to forget the people who just went to work that day. They were just doing their jobs, American citizens going to work, and then, the most tragic day in history. And so thankful for the rest of the country being there for us to help us, when we needed it on our darkest day,
There is no doubt that the attacks on September 11, 2001 left an everlasting impact on Americans across the country. With thousands of lives lost and millions affected by this tragedy, the nation had no choice but to unite and raise a spirit of patriotism to heights it had never reached before. Firefighters and police officers from all over the country were deployed to Ground Zero. Here in California, members of Fire Station 88 were a part of the first response team.
How soon after 9/11 did you get deployed?
I was working at the station, and they actually woke me up, and they said, hey, there's a plane has gone into the Trade Center. But first we thought maybe it was an accident of some kind, although you can imagine how you couldn't see a building. But when the second one went in, our rotation, there's a national rotation for the FEMA USAR task forces, and we were up number one.
Actually sitting in a military aircraft, going down the runway and taking off, I mean, this is really going to happen. We're doing this. And of course, in the back of your mind, not only you're dealing with the present, but you're anticipating where you're going to be in 6 hours.
As one would expect, seeing Ground Zero in person for the first time left images that no one could ever forget.
Can you describe what New York was like when you got there?
It looked like Armageddon. I knew that's what the end of the world was going to look like.
I don't know the exact number, but over 3,000 people perished from that. That's something you don't forget.
Hundreds of people and volunteers banded together to help find survivors. It was during this process that a flag was discovered.
Well, the flag was the largest American flag flying in New York City that day. It was hanging on a construction site across from the South Tower on 90 West Street. And when the South Tower came down, the flag was left tattered and torn. And then the flag was just placed in a construction locker and kind of almost forgotten about. And they were going to ceremoniously retire the flag. But instead, these little old ladies wanted to preserve it.
In some form or another, over 300 million Americans have had contact with the national 9/11 flag. From school children to wounded warriors, veterans to local heroes, each one of them have added a stitch to the flag. And its journey has continued onto Fire Station 88 in Sherman Oaks, California. Several members from the Los Angeles City Fire Department took part in an informal stitching ceremony. On the national 9/11 flag, every state is represented, so these firefighters got the opportunity, the special honor of stitching on the state of California.
That was a tremendous experience. The history with the flag and all those people that have sewn into it, and where the flags came from the Lincoln flag, was an honor. I felt honored to be able to do it.
The final place for the flag is the Ground Zero Memorial at the Trade Center. When it's finally finished, the flag will be placed in a permanent memorial displayed for everyone to come and see.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Dodgers sent an American flag on a journey to Kandahar, Afghanistan in August to be flown over a Kandahar airfield. Please turn your attention to Dodger Vision as we show footage of the 4th Infantry Division raising the American flag over Kandahar airfield. The flag was flown home and is now here. Please give a warm welcome to members of the 160th Infantry California National Guard of Inglewood, who are raising the flag from Afghanistan here on the top deck at Dodger Stadium. Thank you to the 4th Infantry Division and the 160th Infantry Regiment for your participation in today's tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the members of the Los Angeles Police Emerald Society and the Los Angeles County Firefighters Emerald Society. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and remove your caps as we ask you to join Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Arizona Diamondbacks as we remember those who lost their lives or loved ones September 11th, 2001. We pay tribute to them and to the men and women who serve our country, and we honor a pledge made 12 years ago today. We shall never forget. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you join in the singing of our national anthem, performed today by a member of the United States Coast Guard. Accompanied by Nancy B., please welcome Second Class Petty Officer Mike Gallagher of the U.S. Coast Guard.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Second Class Petty Officer Mike Gallagher of the United States Coast Guard. We'd like to thank and acknowledge air support from the Los Angeles Police Department, Los Angeles Fire Department, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department for our helicopter flyover today. We would also like to acknowledge the Los Angeles County Fire Department, as they were unable to be here tonight because they are currently fighting a fire in Claremont. And now, fans, please turn your attention to Dodger Vision for a preview of tonight's game from Hall of Fame broadcaster Vin Scully.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Wednesday evening to you. Welcome to Dodger Stadium. Final game of the three-game series with Arizona and the 15th meeting of the year. They've split the previous 14. The pitching matchups, two left-handers. Patrick Corbin on the mound for Arizona began the year, believe it or not, 9-0 and 12-1. Right now he's 13-6. However, when he takes the mound, Arizona usually wins. In his 28 starts, Arizona has won 21 of them. On the mound for the Dodgers, Hyun-Jin Ryu with a record of 13-5, particularly effective, 1-0 against Arizona, but he's been shining at home where he is 7-2. The magic number, the so-called, is down to 6. Any combination of Dodger victories and or Arizona defeats, and for San Diego, it's 1. The next Dodger win or the next Padre loss, and they are eliminated. But the big thing on a beautiful evening here at Dodger Stadium is for you to sit back, relax, and have a wonderful evening.
Throwing out a first pitch tonight, please welcome 2 members of the City of New York Fire Department, Jim Sands and Jack Wallace. Gentlemen, the mound is yours. Jim and Jack, thank you very much. We do hope you enjoyed tonight's game. It's time now for the starting lineups for tonight's matchup between the visiting Arizona Diamondbacks and your hometown Los Angeles Dodgers. First for the visiting Diamondbacks. Batting first in center field, number 11, A.J. Pollock. Batting second, left fielder, number 18, Willie Bloomquist. Batting third at first base, number 44, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 14, Martin Prado. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 2, Aaron Hill. Batting in the sixth spot in right field, number 8, Gerardo Parra. Batting seventh, shortstop number 16, Chris Owings. Batting eighth and catching, number 54, Tuffy Goswitch. Batting ninth and pitching, number 46, Patrick Corbett. Manager of the Diamondbacks, Kirk Gibson.
The date, September the 9th, 1965. And Koufax working on veteran Harvey Keene. Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A perfect game. High fly ball into right field. She is gone. Fernando hit well to left field. Here comes Morris to the plate. Impossible has happened. He came, he saw, and he conquered the space. Miracle upon miracles, he's hit another one. Drive into deep left center field, a grand slam home run.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ben Scully speaking to you from the Los Angeles Coliseum.
3-2 pitch is hammered to left field. That might have enough. It does. Puig on low into deep left center. Gone. Wow. He's absolutely amazing. Long throw by Uribe, right on the money. And a drive into dead center to the wall. Gone. Drop one into center for a hit. Ethius' throw to the plate is in time to get him.
And now, it's time for the starting lineups for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Presented by 76 and chosen by Dodger manager Don Mattingly. Leading off in right field, number 66, Yasiel Puig. Batting second, the second baseman, number 7, Nick Punto. Batting third, shortstop, number 13, Hanley Ramirez. Batting cleanup, first baseman, number 23, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fifth, at third base, number 10, Michael Young. Batting in the sixth spot in left field, number 33, Scott Van Slyke. Batting seventh and catching, number 17, A.J. Ellis. Batting eighth in center field, number 55, Skip Schumacher. Batting ninth and on the mound, number 99, Hyunjin Ryu. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Dodgers. It's now time for the words that are recited before each and every game here at Dodger Stadium. Take it away, Los Angeles Fire Department's Urban Search and Rescue.
It's time for Dodger Baseball!
Now taking the field, your Los Angeles Dodgers.
Korea monster.